Spent bed with my ex at my bachelor party, and my fiance found out and canceled our wedding. I'm 28 and engaged to Alexandra, who's 32. We've been together 4 years, and our wedding is set for December 28th because our families will already be in town. She's kind and sharp and funny. Once I glanced at a butterfly decoration in a shop, and she surprised me with it on my birthday. I felt safe with her. When we first got serious, we talked about our pasts. I told her about Jade, my ex. Jade could pull every eye. The chemistry was intense, and I let that blind me. She stood me up, forgot big days, and cheated. I ended it, and she faded like it meant nothing. That stuck with me. Alexandra asked for the last name. When I said it, her face changed. Jade had taken her high school boyfriend during freshman year of college. He tried to come back after Jade dropped him, and Alexandra turned him down. Things were quiet for a few days. Then life found its rhythm again, and we stopped saying the name. Last weekend, my friends booked an Airbnb for my bachelor party. Claire, my best friend, planned it. Near midnight, she opened the door, and a group from our old circle poured in as a surprise. I saw faces I hadn't seen in years, and then I saw Jade. I was drunk, but not gone. Jade went straight to me. She laughed at everything I said and kept touching my arm. People danced in the kitchen. Bottles lined the counter. Claire shouted for a toast. Jade kept her eyes on me. I told myself I could handle a talk, and then I followed her down the hall. We ended up in a spare bedroom. The music thumped through the wall. I knew who she was. I knew who I had waiting at home. I still crossed the line. We slept together. It happened fast and felt unreal. After, my hands shook. I told Jade it meant nothing, and to never contact me again. She said she had changed and wanted something real. I told her no. She slipped out. The next morning, Claire was on the couch, half asleep. I told her Jade had to go and that no one could hear about this. Claire said it was a dumb last fling, and that I should be a better husband. I nodded and went home with a clean shirt and a secret. The guilt hit me in waves. Food tasted like cardboard. I couldn't sleep. When Alexandra noticed, I told her I felt sick and that she should keep some distance. She showed up anyway with soup her mom had made and a forehead touch to check for fever. I lied again and said I was fine. I paced the hall at night, brushing my teeth twice just to have something to do. I put the soup in the fridge and then threw it out because I couldn't stand seeing the container. Every time my phone buzzed, my stomach flipped like I was falling. On Thursday at 9 at night, she texted me a photo. It was me and Jade kissing at the party. No words. My throat closed. I called her. No answer. I texted Claire and asked if she told. She replied she deserved to know and went quiet. I checked social media. Alexandra had posted that the wedding was canceled because the man she was going to marry wasn't who she thought. Friends started calling. My phone buzzed nonstop. I told people we had a fight and we were working it out. Under her post, she wrote, "He knows what he did." Friday night, Jade came to my apartment. She said she didn't know Alexandra was my fiance and that she was sorry. She tried to step inside. I blocked the door and told her to leave. She said we could figure it out. I said there was nothing to figure out and shut the door. Saturday morning there was a knock. Alexandra's brother Mark showed up with 2 of her bridesmaids. They walked in with boxes. They didn't yell. They didn't ask questions. They started packing her clothes, her books, the little plants on the window. I said we could talk. Mark said, "We're here for her things." I asked where she was. No one answered. I asked to call her. Mark shook his head. I asked if she would hear me out. He kept wrapping a picture frame and said there was nothing to say. I followed him from room to room. The quiet was louder than any fight. When they finished, Mark told me to keep the ring. He said Alexandra didn't want it back and that she would send money to cover my share of the canceled costs. He said her part of the lease was paid and that I needed to stop contacting her. I asked him to put her on the phone so I could apologize once. He said she had all the closure she needed. They carried the last box to the door. I stood there with the ring in my palm and nowhere to put it. Mark said, "Leave her alone." He didn't raise his voice. The bridesmaids walked past me and the hallway smelled like cold air and cardboard. Mark met my eyes for 1 second and then looked away. The door closed and the latch clicked. The room felt bigger and emptier at the same time. I set the ring on the table and listened to the clock. I had wanted to be a good husband. I had one job the night of my party and I failed at it. Now everyone is saying I deserve to lose her for that night. Was I wrong?